What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the MattVidPro AI YouTube channel. It is already Wednesday, and we've already got several AI video upgrades. But before we dive in, I want to talk about this. Word on the street is that OpenAI is planning to ship a new reasoning model next week. Apparently, it's supposed to be ahead of Google's Gemini 3. The Gemini 3 release was very much focused on building and coding, so I can only imagine that this model excels in this area. There's also a lot of talk about an internal codename Garlic model. Obviously, these are all leaks, rumors, things from internal memos. Apparently, according to Chris on X, the model releasing next week is not Garlic. Garlic is a separate model that performs well. Honestly, I would take all of this with a grain of salt, but I will say it would not surprise me at all for OpenAI to try and one-up Google before the end of the year. Let's talk generative video. Kling has released two brand new models, and they are both state-of-the-art, performing very well. You might have heard about Kling 0.1, the Omni model, the nano banana for video, but this just released today. Kling 2.6 is here, and this is their first model with native audio generation. Very excited to see this. A lot of companies are now producing models that do native audio. OpenAI with Sora 2, Google with Veo 3.1, we've got LTX-2 as well. Let's go ahead and see what all of the fuss is about with Kling 2.6 first up. Very realistic creatures. Look at the physics. I like the detail in the hair quality as well. Some slow motion. Did you just eat the fish? Oh, that was a crazy elephant. Is this the whole thing animals? Oh, yes, it is. Look at all these animals. Well, clearly impressive stuff, especially for animals, right? But I'm going to scroll on down because I want to hear the native audio examples. All right, let's go through these clips.
Hello. Let's learn our letters today.
That is absolutely better audio quality than LTX-2. I could say that right off the bat. Seems competitive with Google's Veo 3 or Sora 2, at least for this simple dialogue delivery. I do like the animated look of this character.
Hello. Let's learn our letters today.
I think the lip syncing definitely could be a little better. Okay, here we go. This is more like a scene from an actual movie.
Tell my family I love them. The stars are beautiful from here.
The delivery and the acting and the video quality is very impressive. And the audio is coherent. I can understand it. On the same level as Sora 2 or Veo 3, I don't think so. At least just from the dialogue I've heard so far. This is a little bit more impressive. We've actually got some music.
I waited for you until the stars gave up. I waited for you until the stars gave up.
But like I said, Veo 3, Sora 2, they also produce good music. This guitar, by the way, absolutely looks great. You can actually see the individual strings here coming off.
My people, here I am. I am here to save you all.
Again, that video quality is superb. Plenty of detail, even with this horrible Twitter compression. Now, the audio, you can tell he's got a British accent. You can tell he's kind of just yelling out and he's a little bit smug with it. You can even hear, his footsteps, some of the things in the background, leaves and people shopping.
My people, here I am. I am here to save you all.
It's still, I think, just a little bit grainy. Oh, check this one. This one's 10 seconds. Down here, you can see it says Keepers, 1823 to 1994. Accurate text in here, and the rest of it as well, of course. Sharp. Nice tracking shot. Lighthouse moment. pretty good. I like how the birds all fly away as she pulls the sword out. It's pretty cool how it glows right from the base of the rock and moves all the way up. But I will say these icons on the sword, they do appear to change over time and do a little bit of morphing, which is not great. Still though, this is a very common issue for every AI video generator out there. Audio on this one, we've got like this nice cinematic score kind of easing in, the birds flapping. It sounds, you know, just a little bit AI. Like there's that level of just graininess or uncanniness that you can tell it's not cinema grade. Lots of really cool action shots in here right now. Yeah. It reminds me of those early VO3 days. There's just like some resonance, some weird things going on with the audio. It's definitely better than the audio you get with like LTX2 though. I will say that. Competing with VO 3.1 or Sora 2 though, that's going to be really hard in the audio department. This shot looks really cool though. Brings it down, a little shimmering. This is cool. Lava dragon, pay attention to the dripping physics. Screams. Again, like, you can tell some of the teeth are morphing. But, like, you're gonna get that with Sora, you're gonna get that with VO. It definitely gets the concept of the image, though, and is able to produce a sound effect that totally makes sense for the scene. Pretty much every time. It's just the fidelity. Screams and roars. More of a still, slow shot. It's nice that it can hold 10 seconds like that. Little bit of weird breathing noises, though. Here is a romantic scene in Paris. Wow, look at that. Yeah, I wish I was there right now. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Maybe I don't. This woman is losing her grip. She looks like she's about to be crushed. You can hear us trying to make some nice music, but those high tones, it's struggling. Piano. It's very close to real music. Very close. I mean, it's definitely a capable model. Let's take her for a test drive ourselves. I'm going to try Kling 2.6 here on Fall AI. Great website to access the latest models through a credit system, and their API is also real easy to use. Alright, this apparently is old friends reuniting at a train station.
Is that really you? I promised I'd come back, didn't I?
Wow, even the tear coming down the cheek? I think the facial expressions here are amazing, actually.
Is that really you? I promised I'd come back, didn't I?
We've got 16:9, 9:16, and 1:1 aspect ratios. We do have a CFG scale on this that we can change. A nice setting to be able to tweak. You're not getting this with a VO3 or a Sora 2, I can tell you that. Movie scene from an action thriller. A skyscraper shatters as a giant lemon tree grows up through the skyscraper. Cut to an old granny holding a lemonade, drops it in sheer shock. Dramatic action moment. So if you were wondering about pricing, with audio on, it's 14 cents a second. So a 10-second video with audio on is $1.40. Our generation has come through. That's pretty good. I mean, that is pretty much what I prompted for, right? Except for the granny, it didn't cut to the granny, it was all in one shot, and she doesn't really drop her lemonade. It's a pretty funny scene though. Sora 2 pricing is a little cheaper at 10 cents per second. Let's try the same prompt. Also trying out VO and the new Halo 2.3. They've also got support for image to video with Kling 2.6. Let's try something really difficult. Basically, this is a cinematic scene where an old man sees an evil lemon tree monster appear for the first time, and it's reflected in his truck's windshield. This is the image reference we're using. Really good, made by Nano Banana Pro. Here is our generation from VO 3.1. Yeah, not really that great. Halo 2.6's generation was definitely better. Because it kind of just grows. You can't really tell what's going on. Like, yeah, there's a skyscraper, but then the tree is like clearly at an angle compared to the rest of the world. And then the granny situation is just kind of weird. It's like she's trying to spill it. Halo 2.3 doesn't have any audio support. I think this generation came out okay. It doesn't really destroy the skyscraper. I like the physics on the tree though. It definitely feels very animated. And then once you cut down to the grandma, she actually does accidentally spill her lemonade in like a very grandma fashion, which is pretty funny. And it does break the skyscraper, but it's pretty belated. It's delayed. Our Sora 2 variant is still generating. Kling 2.6 definitely generates faster. All right, here is our image to video result from Kling 2.6. Pretty good. Kind of just like this tense, slow moment. It's slowly zooming in on his face. Again, I think the audio could be a little bit better, but it's definitely understanding this creepy horror scene. We're going to up the CFG to 0.7. We're going to try to make an anime duel. Sora 2 generation came through. The tree is already grown. Okay, I gotta admit, the glass breaking's pretty good on this one. Alright, I'm gonna be real, this doesn't look like an anime duel. Okay. It's trying. There's some nice 3D stuff going on. Maybe this doesn't lend itself too well to 2D animation. Alright, I still want to touch on Kling 1, but first let's talk about Apple. They just released a new AI video generation experiment. It's called StarFlow V, and this is an AI video model that doesn't use diffusion. It doesn't denoise to create a clear picture. It uses something called normalizing flows. Simple data to complex video in a single reversible stream. Now, because it's reversible, works in both directions. You can generate video with text, or you can actually upload video and get text from it. That is something you don't see much of in the AI space right now. Only a few select models are capable, like Gemini 3. Here's some example clips from the paper that Apple released. You can see it's definitely a pretty decent AI video generator, realistic. It can understand animals, basic water, a bug crawling around, a little robot dude. Is this going to compete with the state-of-the-art greats? Absolutely not. It just doesn't have the fidelity, coherency, or real-world understanding yet. But this might lend itself well for real-time applications. Again, it's reversible. It's a new way to do AI video. This could definitely scale up to something great. Love to see the new research. Linked down below if you want to take a look. Alright, let's talk Kling 1. This has kind of been taking the AI niche by storm. A lot of people initially said this is like a Nano Banana style generator, but for video. In this example by Proper Prompter, you can see he literally adds in himself as a character here, replacing this robotic dancer. And it's able to keep everything coherent in the background. This guy still looks relatively the same. They're wearing the same clothes, same bush, same litter on the ground. It does a great job at changing certain things and preserving the rest. And it's pretty incredible how it's able to transfigure the movement nearly perfectly onto this brand new character. In traditional VFX, you'd have to actually do straight up mocap. Put someone in a suit to be able to capture movements and replace characters like that. Helio01 is just doing it like that. Christos right here makes a pretty great point. He's predicting by 2027, I don't think that's going to be the case, but one day we will see movies that sell distributed ad space to multiple companies. People might have different experience at movies, but just in subtle ways. Here you can see this movie scene. I believe this is from James Bond. This has got to be an Aston Martin, right? Anyways, it is replaced by Kling 01 with a Fiat 500, I believe. An Abarth. Still a cool car, but, you know, it's not an Aston Martin. Again, look close. Notice how it's able to completely replace the car, but keep the background and all the characters intact. Very, very impressive. Even as this guy walks past and obscures the car a little bit, you can even see correct rim right here in between his legs. Man, this technology is getting good. This almost is even more impressive to me, where we see the car just get rendered out right in front of our actors. Clearly, the car is way, way smaller than that Aston Martin, and they're still talking about it like it's, you know, bulletproof and insane, so pretty funny.
It's a shame, really, for you, but she's been reassigned to 009. But you can have this.
Again, let's take this back to advertising. As Christos points out, products could be adapted per country, per age group, depending on what time you go to see the movie, depending on where you are in the world. In the not-so-distant future, this will definitely become a reality. Whether it's annoying or distracting in the movie or not is going to be up to the movie's creator and how well they implement the ad into the movie. But tech like this is definitely going to make it easier. Esteban ran a great little test comparing to Runway Aleph. First up, we're asking to dress our actor in a medieval knight's costume. And if we click play, we can see Aleph actually does pretty good. Definitely puts him in this suit of armor. But Kling 01 even has a logo and chainmail. It's feeling just a little bit more accurate. Even the sword is longer. I think it definitely wins for the medieval knight's costume. And you can see compared to the original, absolutely insane. There's a kitten also in the background. I think Runway Aleph actually does a little bit better of a job with the kitten compared to Kling 01. Still very hard to see, even in the original. Next up, make him stronger. Obviously, take the original actor, and we're going to make him more built, more ripped. Kling 01 definitely, I think, listens to the prompt a little bit more. He is shredded. Aleph looks relatively the same. He's definitely got bigger muscles in the beginning, but they kind of deflate and go away by the end. Make it snowy. Kling 01 nails this. I wouldn't even be able to tell that the original didn't have snow, but our kitten has become this weird mutant dodo bird in the background. Runway Aleph, it does add some snow, but you can see some parts are kept exactly the same, and the kitten is preserved a little bit better. So far, the Kling 01 tests you've seen have been impressive, but they haven't been the most difficult scenarios one can dream up. AI Warper here takes it to the next level. Let's do a continuous shot with no scene cuts. The character isn't really framed fully the entire shot, making this more difficult for 01. Still though, I'm pretty impressed with how Kling 01 handled this one. Here we are replacing the actor with a completely different character and some text on the shirt. Handheld camera shot. It's very impressive how it's able to maintain the same exact footwork here. Instead of our red boots, we've got socks and sandals with blue socks. You can see even the road looks a little bit different, but this person right in the background looks pretty similar, and they still step away and continue to walk away in the background. Not only that, our actor is carrying the paint bucket, which is still visible in the Kling version, and these people walking around in the background also still visible. Camera movement is pretty much exact as we move forward. Definitely a little bit of mushiness though. And as we can see here, our actor has changed to an elderly lady. It's supposed to say at AI Warper, just says I Varper instead. Also including these headphones, even the head is turned in the right direction. This is a very hard test. It's not easy to keep all of this consistent, but it's doing a good job. It really is. There isn't another AI video technology exactly like this out there. This is impressive reconstruction, even if it is far from perfect. Kling 01 is also available on Fall AI. Let's do edit video. Looks like they're giving us a basic default video of someone walking around in a park, and then we can replace it with any character we want. Let's have our scrappy little lemon dude walking around instead. Oh, and definitely more expensive at almost 17 cents per second. Okay, let's go ahead and see if it works. So replacing our man walking down the pathway with a lemon definitely works pretty well. well. Based off the reference we gave it, which only had a front side image of the lemon, it did pretty good. He's got legs, he's got arms, clearly a lemon, just strolling. Don't really have any complaints here, although we knew the simple tests were going to be easy. What I'm generating now is going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm taking these two little cartoon characters, fighting it out, duking it out, and I want to change the background. You can see it's a perfect example because it's pure white in the back, so I'm hoping for a good result. Where am I putting them? Well, I want the background to be this desert scene with the UFO. I'm interested to see if it animates the UFO, and I also asked it to suck them up with the UFO. While that's generating, I did want to mention this. Runway 4.5 by Runway ML is a new video generator that's coming soon. Christopher Friant noticed on a lot of these early example videos, the characters often are talking. He's got the feeling they're holding back and that audio gen is in this model. Well, it turns out the CEO of Runway actually replied to him and confirmed that yes, this model does support audio. Definitely looking forward to this model releasing as well. Lots of competition in the AI video space. It's not just coming from Kling, it's coming from everybody. Okay, you can see this was much more complicated. It did it though. That is the same image replaced as the background. The characters look the same, although you'll notice when I play, the fighting isn't as coherent. It's a little bit more sloppy. You're not getting all of the animation frames in there for sure, and they're kind of like hugging it out. It's not exactly the same. Regardless, I have to say I am very impressed. There isn't another video generator like this where I can just lazy prompt and upload a couple of photos and get an output that is decently close to what I asked for in the prompt. If I wanted to do this any other way, I'd have to Nano Banana Pro it, not to mention you won't get the same level of video detail doing that. But yeah, unfortunately, the alien craft does not abduct our cartoon characters and take them to outer space, but it did slightly rotate and move the craft, which I thought was a nice touch regardless. The future of this technology is wild, guys. This is just the beginning. I have a feeling Google is going to put out their own Nano Banana style video generator next year. Kling 1 is just proving that they could do it first. Pretty darn incredible. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's AI video news and first impressions. Be on the lookout because last week I recorded a video where I look at 4 AI video generators comprehensively. Very detailed with the same exact prompts. The results honestly surprised me. If you want to dive deeper into the MattVidPro AI community, check the link to my free Discord down in the description below. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching and goodbye.